This is the Talos Principle 2. We're here on the PlayStation 5, specifically the PlayStation 5 Pro. Be sure to like the videos, subscribing is great as well. I have risen from the dust. Yes, I do. This is where I walk. I hear your voice. So this game is a bit of a puzzle game, I guess you would say. It is more focused on solving problems and deep thinking. It's more of something where it's like, what is the grand scheme of things? What does everything mean in a neat sort of setting and world and environmental setup? It's quite a fascinating sort of title, especially if you played the first one or have dove into the second one before. It's definitely got a vibe to it, and you're either gonna like the puzzle setup, or you're gonna find it a bit strange and whatnot. But it's totally up to you and the gameplay that you're into. But Jammer, I want to take you with me. Anyways, oh, I actually can't get through this right now. Interesting. So I actually have to use the jammer here. No, jammer. You're supposed to jam. Thank you very much. Anyways. So, yeah, thought-provoking first-person puzzle experience that expands upon the first game's philosophical themes with stunning environments and mind-bending challenges. So this one, I kind of was mind blown by because of the texturing. It's really, really quite amazing. Geometry-wise, it's quite stunning. Right? Look at that. How realistic is that? It's pretty ridiculous for a video game to have that level of detail. I mean, it is a puzzle game, so it's sort of like this stuff, and then the puzzles are what the gameplay is. But no, I find it quite fascinating from a technical standpoint, just what they were able to achieve using the technology with this. It's just it's such a kind of sit here and just sort of take in the vibe of the world. You solve an array of puzzles with different challenges and meta puzzles and challenging ones, and every puzzle sort of rewards you with information and details and thoughts and stuff that happens. And yeah, look at wow, still I think it's been a couple years since this has been out, but it's still just gorgeous. So it's a new world where humanity is gone, they're extinct, but human culture lives on through the lives of robots. You find yourself swept up in this sort of adventure, thinking about that, and living in a society past that, which is kind of neat.
But first, you must undertake the trials of initiation. They will help
Well, of course.
your vessel.
Isn't this just, gorgeous? A better tomorrow, the purpose of civilization, life, everything like that. These are all questions you'll dive into as you play and explore this world. No, it's really, really quite neat if you're into these types of more chilled, relaxed puzzle type games. And with the PlayStation 5 Pro, you actually benefit a little bit more from, I guess you would say, performance type levels. The game does have two visual profile modes that you can enjoy, but they both kind of aim for the same thing. So you've actually been playing on quality mode. We'll switch over to performance. There is your FOV option you can choose. There's some sound stuff, controls, gameplay, subtitles on or off, totally up to you. So performance mode, yeah, it just kind of basically drops resolution, so everything is temporally scaled. And you notice that fuzz a little bit more in the water and the environment, but it's still pretty incredible looking. So this one is basically taking something around 1080p and taking it to 4K, targeting 60 FPS. And you just kind of get a really, really fluid experience. And you're supposed to be getting basically the same target for quality mode at a 1440p though, to 4K, targeting 60 FPS. So you can actually, there were, from what I recall when this kind of released, there were some performance issues on the quality mode because it was targeting a higher resolution. It was more of a future-proof mode. So you actually can basically enjoy the quality mode perfectly fine here on the Pro without really the drops and the problems of
But remember, my child, that the
You know,
new world awaits.
yesteryear, I guess.
And this place is only a dream.
Which is kind of exciting if you're into that sort of a thing. But how will we get up here? And yeah, so I would basically say just go with the quality mode experience and you'll be totally fine. Aha! Now you're thinking with portals. Just kidding, there's no portals here. Can I take this cube on the go?
Are not mere toys.
Yeah, sure they're not.
They are symbols of the process by which our people were created.
We were created with the L shape for loser? Wow, that hurts. That hurts, weird voice. You know, like emotionally and stuff, that's, you know, it's just kind of, it hurts my feelings is what it is. Actually, can I jump up on top of the two things? I'm hoping I'd be able to do that. Look, the L, it's so close. Can't just let me jump over, can it? It's not allowed. You gotta actually grab multiple blocks in order to build a staircase. You can't just cheese it as much as you want to. But it's kind of funny because it's a pretty simplistic sort of like backdrop, like it's just endless sand out there, but they spent all this time working on this like gorgeous central thing, and that's all you really see, right? Because you don't need anything beyond the puzzles you're solving, so it all kind of just works out well as sort of minimalistic, I guess, to a degree, or at least simplistic, and then, you know, a little bit more intensive with the level of detail there. So basically it just lets them make like a much prettier looking game. Because, you know, there's just not as much you have to have going on. And it is, like I said, a bit of a walking sim to a degree, I guess you would say. But you're supposed to more think about what it all means as you explore. No, I wanna... Oh, there we go. I was like, I wanted to rotate. Quite majestic, isn't it? Anyways, I think the game looks really, really visually great. The coolest thing, though, is, like, in theory, with this being so temporally scaled, I guess if they really wanted to down the road, they could come back in, like, a PS6, like a PlayStation 6, and they could bump up the, fidelity more, right? You need to get an even clearer image quality. Not gonna just let me jump up on there, eh? Not gonna let me jump on it. Oh, come on. Anyways, it's puzzle. You've got to be kidding me. It's puzzles of thought. There we go. Yeah, that looks like so blurry with the temporal fuzz. Still, I mean, like, imagine going back and making a game that looked this... Like, showing someone gaming back in the day and being like, hey, you know, this is gonna be, like... If you just took a picture of this and you showed it to someone, I don't know if they'd really be able to tell if it wasn't real. If that makes sense. Like, if you just literally took, like, a snapshot of, say, this, and you just showed it to someone that doesn't play video games or whatever, like, maybe the palm trees would stick out, but I think at a more casual notice, you just really wouldn't notice. That's blurry, though, the pyramid. Well, oh, the texture's slowly loading in. I don't like all these puzzles out here. Making me question things. Trying to figure stuff out. Having to explore. Grab stuff. Solve things. Ugh, such an inconvenience. But yeah, I like that there's this vibe, though, like a whole vibe of games that exists where it's just sort of like, what is the meaning of things? Making you think about stuff. I always find that so fun, like, you know, thinking to a degree. I mean, I don't love necessarily puzzle games as far as like when I was streaming that, but it's more like I find them so intriguing and interesting. Like there's one, the Turing test, I quite like that one. That one really gets you thinking. No. It's never easy, is it? I mean, it is kind of easy, but, you know, it's never super easy where you can just cheat it. You must figure out the way forward. So the game's got a vibe. Like, obviously right now we're just doing, like, basic puzzle solving, and then as we continue to go forward, the more intense, thought-provoking stuff will be explored. Give me the cubes. I can't remember this. So you're supposed to go up here and then... I can't remember how I'm supposed to do this one. I think it's supposed to be like a... There we go. Sometimes it's just about rethinking about how you're thinking about things. Lumen. The illumination, yeah, it's so good looking. Did we grab this one? Yeah, we did that one. Nah, look at this complexity. Gonna make you think. I just can't get over how like detailed games have gotten. The funny thing too is like if you go in the future and you probably will look at games, you'll be like double the. I don't know. Maybe down the road it'll be like double the detail, but like even close up, this looks really good. I'm sure this is just randomly generated like hieroglyphics and stuff, but just like conceptually fascinates me. Yeah, I'm definitely missing something. Oh yeah, the QR code. Okay, yeah, there's like a QR code. I can't remember what this brought you to.
Do not be afraid of these dream figures and their messages. They are merely aspects of yourself.
I think I tried this and it actually like takes you somewhere. Can't you just let us through? But how do I get this thing over on the thing of the thing? Because obviously I need to get there. I need to use this thing to jam this thing. And then this thing needs to be opened. Aha! It's just you don't think logically of it being able to push that far. And again, if you are even robots, are you human? Even if you wanted to be. I see the aiming aspect of it, eh? Well, that's a lot easier than meets the eye. Sometimes it's just like a little bit of logic thinking in there, eh? I mean, they definitely want to challenge you puzzle-wise when they make these games, but they don't want you to be like, oh, I can't get through things, but they definitely want you to think. I just can't get over how good that looks. It even hides the temporal fuzz really good. I need more sigils. Now I have to solve a skill testing puzzle.
I am proud of all my children.
Sure.
Out of a world of ruins, they have built a new Jerusalem. And there your brothers and sisters await you to celebrate your birth.
There's like some deep stuff in this too. Like honestly, even when I'm like mentioning philosophical stuff, like it gets like really overly deep. I think I took that too far. Because we can't go through the vortex, but yet we must power this other side. Aha! Now you're thinking with portals. Aperture science. Something about the robots, we do the best we can or something. Ah, you always gotta think about stuff, you know, and how everything connects to everything. It's deep is what it is. I'm trying to kill the connection. Well, ain't that tricky.